Right, hello everybody, and welcome once again to a My Happy Assets fun topic of interest. And today I wanted to talk about goal setting, which I wrote about in the first book, The Power of Goal Setting and how to write them out and how to follow through on them. And this is available at myhappyassets.com as well as lulu.com and Amazon Kindle. And so I kind of covered this topic before, but number one, you want to have a list of written goals that you're working on and be specific when you write out a goal. So instead of saying I would like to lose weight, state it as I want to weigh 171 pounds by September 22nd, 2010 at 7 p.m. The second one is more specific and gives you something to latch on to. So write out a top 10 list. Number two is read it 2 or 3 times a day. So have that list in a binder or a place you can see it. Post it, keep it next to your nightstand or put it in your car and read through it a couple of times a day. That just keeps it in the forefront. Step 3 is visualize your goals as already complete, and what that means is you see yourself, see the goal is complete, and the sights and sounds that you'll see and hear when you've reached your goal. Again, that's kind of you're kind of mentally staging yourself to reach that thing. You're already seeing it as complete. Number 4 is affirm it out loud. What that means is read it in the present tense, and if you want a new car, for example, the affirmation out loud of a goal might be, I'm enjoying driving the white 1965 Ford Mustang and streaming down the road with the windows down. So that would be an example of an affirmation, and you'd want to do that at least 2 times a day with your goals. Number 5 is rewrite your goals if you can, at least 1 time a day. Go back through. Of course, you might, if you have a big list, it might be kind of hard to do. And also keep in mind the principle of 5 swings a day. So the story is, if there's a large tree in the middle of the woods that you wish to chop down, if you went to it every day and took 5 swings with an axe, you're going to eventually chop it down no matter how big the tree. And so that applies with any of your goals as well. So 5 things a day and you'll knock those out. So I wanted to expand on that. That was the basics, and that's in My Happy Assets at myhappyassets.com. But I wanted to expand on that a little bit, and these come from the book The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, and these are really important. I think if you implement all of this, you'll see big results. But to help you kind of brainstorm a little bit about goal setting, you might want to go through and make an I want list. And so just start writing out 30 things you want to be, 30 things you want to do, and 30 things you want to have. And you'll see that you'll start, coming up with ideas and generating. And it doesn't always have to be material things. I think if you want to be able to give charitably, you'll be able to work that in as well. I already mentioned reading your goals 3 times a day. You can keep those in a goals book or a goals binder. Also, to get you started on a goals list, you might attempt to write out 101 goals, make a list of those and go through. And so that can give you a pretty extensive list and cover just about anything, but you probably want to bring some focus to that list as well, and maybe just concentrate on the top 10 and then maybe kind of cycle through that goals list. One of the ways that you can move your goals along is a process called chunking it down. And what that means is basically taking your stated goal and then identifying the tasks that need to be completed in order to do that. And one tool is a mind map, and that's basically listing the goal on a piece of paper or spreadsheet or some kind of software where the goal is in the center and then radiate in a circle, and then radiating out from that would be the tasks that need to be complete in order to do that. And then you can also have subtasks with those major tasks, and then those would all go on a to-do list. So that kind of helps you follow through, and it really gets more strategy around what you're trying to accomplish and get you to take action on it. Let's see. I talked about affirmations real quick. And an effective affirmation would begin with the words I am, so it puts you in the present tense. You state it in the positive. I am enjoying the thrill of flying would be an example, instead of I'm no longer afraid of flying. Keep it brief. It's like an advertising jingle. Make it specific. Again, we talked about if you want a certain car, say I'm thoroughly enjoying that 1965 white Ford Mustang. Include action words, and make them for yourself, not others, and add or something better to the end of it. So that always gives you the opportunity if something better comes along or things change and you realize the goal the goal of the goal has changed. That gives you that clause in there. You would also want to follow through on visualization, and I already talked a little bit about that, but actually just visualizing your goals is already complete. And also one of the important principles is to keep score of the things that you want. So how we always, when we were a kid, our height was measured to see how we were growing, against the door, and our weight, is easy to keep track of. Everybody steps on a scale from time to time, but you ought to really keep a list of things you've accomplished, and then also, like measure the things you want more of. So, for example, money. You're keeping track of that you're either doing a monthly budget and then seeing what your net worth is, doing a balance sheet along with that. So again, and keeping a victory log is also a way to kind of keep track of your successes. You just write down the major successes you've had, and you can refer back to that for a confidence builder. Again, and then at the end I kind of circle back to five swings of an axe a day. And so no matter how big the goal, imagine it as a big tree. If you go to it and take 5 swings of an axe every day, you're going to eventually get there. The same thing if you're traveling from one city to another and you're walking 5 steps a day, you're eventually going to get there, unless you get creamed by a bus. But plan for the best and shoot big. Set big goals. You can set medium-sized and small ones as well, but always have a big one hanging out there. And I think if you use these techniques, you'll be amazed by the results. Thanks, and remember, this is detailed in My Happy Assets at myhappyassets.com. So go check it out. Go buy it. Thanks a lot.